Hi guys, it's me. I'm gonna do nutty oatmeal cranberry bars. I am having my sangria, which has, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can. Look at those cranberries floating around. Oh my God. It's mostly cranberry juice. There's a little bit of wine in it. Not much. But I just thought I would ring in a ring-a-ding-ding this season. I have to sort of take this season in steps, you know, because I do live by myself, and man, oh man, you kind of, it hits you in waves. You're like, wait a minute, where is everybody? So it's nice to cook and kind of calm myself through the holiday season. So you can be calm and cook with me. I'm going to put you guys down here. I have my mise en place here, including my melted butter, which I always melt in a skillet. I don't microwave it. All right, so for the oatmeal crust, 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, which I have in here. Okay, and to that, I think you can just add everything. The oats, which are also 1 1/4 cup. That's why I like this recipe. It's pretty making a dish with my mom, or not a dish, but I was making biscuits with my mom, and I guess we used baking powder in the amount that was supposed to be baking soda, and it tasted really weird, or the opposite of what I just said. All right, so 1 teaspoon of that. That always goes into dry ingredients, so we'll just plop it in there. And if I'm double checking the recipe, the cinnamon is in there. Again, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. The salt I already was in the cinnamon, so that's in there. I have the lemon juice behind me. All right, I think that's everything. So let's get a stir. And then, of course, we are going to have to take that butter. I always kind of mash the dry together before I start adding the wet. So just going to stir it up just a little bit, just to make sure there's some going on there. Okay. All right. All right, plop that brown sugar in there. I wouldn't necessarily say these are entirely healthy, you know, but for what they are, they're pretty good. They're salted butter realm, so, or sorry, unsalted butter. So just gonna move this around. Don't need to clarify it. Oh, that's okay. I know how to do this without straining it. I got my finger. That's fine. It's a little crumbly. That's why I like this spoon. I can kind of slot it down as I go, or mash it down as if I was using my hands. Because you do want to get this combined. You don't want someone getting a whole chunk of lemon when they bite into the crust. All right, so you see this is nice and crumbly now. All right, almost done. Getting there. All right, and I love this spoon. I love any spoon that's kind of angled like this, because I can just mash. This is the actual mixture with the vanilla. So I have 1 cup of sour cream in here. You can also use Greek yogurt, but I love sour cream. Just kind of adds that oomph to it. Your brown sugar, okay? Already got my cinnamon in there, but I have a little left in here, so I'll just sprinkle it in there. And I have my lemon zest. Oh, lemon zest, come here. Get off of there. I always have trouble getting it off of the actual utensil. Let me try to put some sour cream and see if I can't sponge it up that way. There we go. At the beginning of the week. Oh my gosh, I just got a waft of that. Look at that. It's just beautiful. It's so pretty. And then just make sure you're crushing up your brown sugar, because it can clump. Oh, I'm just going to dust it. I love a lot. I kind of get what she means here. 2 cups of fresh cranberries. Ooh, yikes. That's a lot. I do use the dried cranberries, okay? So, and I'm going to put in about 1 cup. So 1 cup of the nuts and 1 cup of the cranberries. Okay. I also don't pack down my brown sugar because, man, it gets a little bit too crazy. And that's enough. I'm always really surprised at stuff when I come across it, like, oops, no, that needs to be done. So if I can do this, you definitely can. So let's see what I did here. How much? Let's see. Yep, I'm just gonna eyeball it here. I have enough to make another one of these maybe, but I didn't want to freak out and do too much at once. So really pat this down, because that is your crust, and that's what's going to form and keep your cookie together, or your bar, I should say. Not cookie, but your bar. And then, oh, la, la, la. Yep, just how it sounds. Make sure this is really, really vigorous. Like, at this point, before you pour it in, make sure you vigorously mix it on up, okay? And then we're just going to put this on the top and spread it around. Now, it's interesting, the crust kind of falls short on this recipe. So I'd say you can make twice the amount of topping if you're making this. That will actually be okay. Because see, this is kind of, that's just enough to coat this. I like a lot of coating on my stuff. So I'd say double this and keep this at the same. But yeah, it's going to make some really cute. It's just me, so it's going to make some really cute. And of course, I will modify the recipe before I repost it. And we will have a book that has like just some modifications for health stuff, like the light sour cream and everything. But overall, I'm liking this. You can use monk fruit sugar as well. And, you know, that's always nice. I just drag a cloth around. Doesn't always work, but it gets the globs up. All right, so there's that. We're going to bake this for 325 for 45 minutes. There we go. 325 for 45 minutes. Hey again. All right, we're going to make farci, which means stuffed farci. What are we going to stuff? All right, this is a fall recipe because you have your zucchinis. So I'm gonna wash these up. Although this has been like a rough time for me trying to learn how to do all this. Matchstick carrots, a white onion. Okay, gotta have a white onion. Parmesan, very important. Breadcrumbs, which I made. Parsley. I have a ton of fresh parsley. I'm going to put some mushrooms in this. I cannot do farci without mushrooms. And then ground Italian sausage meat bowl, but I'm pretty sure we need one. It's so hard to cook next to a burner, but I don't have anyone else here with me to hold the camera. So we will just have to put up with the heat. Ways the onions have been cut on YouTube lately. It's been interesting. You know, everyone's got their own little way. I like this way because I know I can get a nice dice pretty much every time. And nobody puts their fingers in. Not a single person have I seen them put their fingers in. Ugh, I don't know. I mean, to each their own, but my God, that's a rough one to sit through a video where you're like, don't chop your finger off. I mean, I'm just about as much as you would use with the onions, okay? And it's just a personal preference. It's not something that's in it, but I just love carrots. That there's no extra cut, you know, or extra dirt. All right, that's one. I try to get most of my chopping, and oh, that's starting to smell good. That olive oil is such good quality. Go ahead and slice. Do not cut the tops off of the, these are long cucumbers, darn. Cucumbers, these are very, wow. In every video I've seen, they're actually shorter. So getting a nice even, God, that was a little different. You wanna hear it give a little sizzle. The steak, you want it to actually make a a really strong kind of floppy fry sound. But with this, that's okay, just cooking evenly. Okay, and let me just check the directions. So, look at these, look how nice and brown those got. Oh, lovely. Set those to the side to cool. This calls for tomato paste, but I'm going to use a vodka sauce. All right, and about this time, I'd say, don't add in the carrots, but add the onion. Because you do want the onion to be real soft. This is like a, should be like a melt in your mouth type thing. Okay. A few carrots get in there, no worries. And a lot of people will do this with Italian pepper and Italian seasoning. Now, it is interesting. She doesn't put any seasonings in this. She seasons the bottom of the zucchini. So, but for me, I'm going to do a little bit of salt right now, just to kick it, and make sure that it's, you know, it's keeping that flavor going on. And yeah, once this is pretty much done cooking to my liking, I'll do the rest of the mise en place for it, and you'll kind of see what I mean. That this is a very relaxed, easy peasy dish. We do want to scoop the inside of our squash out, and I thought this was actually, the first time I did this, I thought this was going to be such a pain, but honestly, it's not that bad. You just have to kind of drag it on down. Sometimes you can scoop it out forward, so like this, in chunks. There is one lady I saw, she was able to scoop the entire thing out like in one go, but I've never been able to do that without breaking the skins. So I'm going to toss this around one more time and make sure that time to add our carrots and our mushrooms. I like the carrots because they add that fall color, that nice orangey kind of look. And then just again, roll everything around. And if you end up with extra filling, you can always freeze it. It's absolutely fine. Gosh, it smells so good. Whether it be real garlic or garlic powder, always put it in at the last minute because it does tend to sour. And then with these chunks, I want them to be as fine as they can be without compromising the, you know, too many of the seeds falling out. That should be good. See, I'm like, I know how to cut, but I'm down. So I'm going to go ahead and add my zucchini. Okay. And then my white wine. I'm actually going to be pretty liberal with that because I'm out of it, first of all. Don't have any more of this once it's done. Gotta get some more. And then just let that cool, because it's going to cool down for a little bit. You can give it one more initial toss and just slowly let that alcohol cook off. Alrighty. Got a lot of stray pieces here. I have some new cooking utensils coming in, so that should be real nice. And then with Farci, one of the main things you want to do is make sure you mince up your meat. So if the meat's not mincing, by the way, it's time to add our sauce. So it's either going to be 2 tablespoons of tomato paste or a sauce of your choice. You know, if you don't, I don't necessarily like tomato paste because it is hard on my stomach. So I like rosé sauce. I don't think you can get rosé sauce at Walmart, but you can get it at like a fancier store. Or you can just use a vodka sauce. That will work just fine. And then just make sure it's combined. And then we're going to turn off the heat. Alrighty. And just let this sit. Evenly spread it out. See if you can get any of those other beef chunks to kind of simmer down. And then I'll see about our breadcrumbs. sensitive stomach, or if you've been sick, sometimes garlic is a bit tense. It's a bit intense. So decide it's not the worst thing in the world to go ahead and use garlic powder. There are modifications for everything. In France, not so much. I mean, if you if you couldn't eat certain things, they were like, "What's wrong with you?" But you know, Americans, we get sensitive. And also, another thing that's not in this is pepper, and I love pepper. So a little bit of pepper won't hurt. Again, more of an American taste and flair gonna go on there. These carrots look really nice. Okay, so the color's looking good. Parmesan cheese. Oh, I can actually put these away. I love putting things away as I cook. Helps me out greatly. All right, so now we got something to work with this bread. I'm excited now. Let that bread cool a little bit. Get out your pan that you're going to cook this in, because you know you want something that's kind of, they really put it on there. So enough to cover. Parmesan is like so important in Farsi. It's just as important as the breadcrumbs. So you definitely want to use about a half a cup or more. Okay. And then just start to incorporate that while the dish is hot, so it gets evenly distributed. Oh my God, this is coming together, yay. Whole stems. I'm just a sucker for like big old parsley stems. I like to bite in and just taste like almost nothing but parsley. So if you're not a fan of parsley, you can go ahead and mince it up. Okay. Woohoo! What am I talking about? My, okay, so the bread's in there, it's moving around. I'm feeling good. Let's go ahead and start scooping this out. Ta-da! Brilliant. Now, if you have any big chunks that fell off, try to get them on top. You don't want those cooking and burning on their own. 400 for 35 minutes. We can do that. And we're good. See you in a little bit. Hi guys. So I couldn't get my camera to get started. I didn't want to do anything. I love the candlelight. This is actually a wax melt thing that I use, and it just kind of puts out candlelight. So I'm eating the Farci, and it is so good. I still don't know the temperature of the oven yet, totally. So with the Ninja, if we'll have the temperatures for what to do, because 400 even for 30 is crazy. It's really gonna be insane. I tell you, even slightly burnt, I was able to skim the top off, dust a little Parmesan cheese. These are fantastic. Wow. The zucchini is done perfectly. So I would say make this as a, not really a diet snack unless you were to cut down on the parm, but I have fun with it. It's good. I made iced tea today, so I have a new pitcher where I guess you fill up the middle with ice cubes, and then when you put it in, the thing, it makes it nice and cold without the ice dissolving in the tea. Pretty cool. Walmart. I mean, I've gone to Target a lot to try to find things that I like. I like being able to hold the stem while I eat. Those carrots, I can't do without the carrots. But yeah, see that blackening there? That's from the Ninja. The Ninja is powerful, so I'll just have to redo a few things. With the cookies I made, it was okay. Some stuff is okay. I think with like soft vegetables and things, you gotta watch it. So, anyways.
Well, it's just good. You know, it's definitely got Italian Farci flavor because I used Italian beef. It calls for veal and pork, but I don't eat veal anymore, so that's, you know. Anyways, guys, tell me what you think. Go ahead and make it with the carrots or make it without the carrots. I put the carrots in because I saw something with this lady that put pineapple in it, and the pineapple's like super sweet. So I thought, why not have a sweetness to it? You know, it's very, very dense. So it just tastes like more. Remember, you can stuff tomatoes with this too. You can scoop a tomato out, stuff this in a tomato. Yellow squash, I guess, as well. I just want to keep eating it. Anyways, I'm going to try the granola bar next. All right. All right. So I had to plug my phone in because it's dying. I have my brownie. I didn't wait for it to cool. You're supposed to let the dough cool in the fridge. I didn't do that, but this is wonderful. This is a topping for ice cream. Oh my God. It's satisfying too. Like, it just has a lot of fat in it. Tastes like the holidays, you know? Anyways, I'll keep cooking this whole week. Line the recipes up. Because one recipe kind of leads to the other. Like the ingredients in this make great oatmeal. It also makes great almond cookies. So we'll see. Wonderful. Just great. All right. Love you guys. Bye.